This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the morning of Wednesday, September 25th, 2024. I'm Alex Brown. Lefay Pegues, CEO of Muncie-based John Tom's Barbecue, has grown his company from a hobby after recreating his grandfather's barbecue sauce recipe to having his products used at major venues such as Lucas Oil Stadium and Notre Dame Stadium. He says it's been a slow process, but a validating one.
I couldn't have imagined that this business would go the route that it did. I mean, nothing I could have sat and said, okay, when I started this business, we're going to be in Lucas Oil Stadium or we're going to be in Gainbridge Fieldhouse. And that was really just a result of planting seeds years ago, meeting the right people, cultivating relationships. It didn't happen overnight.
Pegues said he hopes to land national distribution for his sauces over the next year. Indiana State University has made its plan to eliminate the application fee for all domestic undergraduate students official. Additionally, the university said it will offer direct priority admission to students with a high school GPA of 3.0 or higher. The move was first detailed in late August when the university announced a nearly 5% decline in overall enrollment for the fall 2024 semester. Elkhart-based recreational vehicle manufacturer Thor Industries is reporting fiscal full-year net income of $265 million, down from $374 million the previous year. CEO Bob Martin said the RV industry continues to be impeded by macroeconomic challenges, which also led to a nearly 10% drop in net sales for the year. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
IBJ Media, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indiana Economic Development Corporation invite you to the Engage Indiana series, presented by CareSource, Indiana University, and Old National Bank. With an unrelenting focus on growing Indiana's economy, we'll dive into each region's unique challenges and distinct opportunities for growth. 9 regions, 1 goal. Indiana's bold future starts here. Discover more and register at ibj.com/engage.
In July, the Donald Ross course at French Lick Resort was recognized as one of the most historic golf courses by Historic Hotels of America. In a Q&A for our Evansville Region Report newsletter, Dave Harner, Director of Golf Operations at French Lick Resort, called the distinction a fitting tribute to an old classic.
The Ross course definitely is one of the top classic period golf courses that's pre-1960 in the world. It's a challenge to most everyone, and it presents itself as a classic, from the clubhouse experience on through the end of the round. I think the distinction, will open the eyes of a lot of people who enjoy the older classic golf courses. There are people who prefer those over the moderns, and we get a lot of players here who prefer it over the dive. So just exposure and letting people know that it's of the quality that would make them want to come play.
You can read the full Q&A at InsideIndianaBusiness.com. A Southern Indiana mining company must pay $110,000 for unpaid civil penalties related to worker safety violations committed in Owen County. The U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of Indiana announced this week that the U.S. Department of Justice had reached a consent judgment in federal court with Eagle Stone. According to court records, between 2019 and 2022, the U.S. Department of Labor's Mine Safety and Health Administration imposed several civil penalties against Eagle Stone after the company was found in violation of worker safety requirements at its Gosport Stone operation more than 100 times. Gosport Stone is a crushed limestone mining operation owned by Eagle Stone. Eagle Stone, however, stopped operating around 2022 and no longer has employees with the company. Endress & Hauser General Manager Todd Lucy is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.